Okay, so we could do like an animal, but I'm thinking really for sanity, a humanoid is the most easy to think of. I don't want it to be super realistic. Most of the stuff I've tried modeling before is relatively low poly. I'm not about making it look realistic and anything, and that's not going to change. Part of me is thinking of whether we can try and get the Honest Adventure characters that sort of look to it. A Hanimal. Let me find a reference for us then. Give me just a moment. I have a pig horse. I mean, we could use this. So can you like open like a reference image in this? I got a feeling you can't, probably.
Why?
Because it's some tool that I don't trust to work well.
Can you do this? Like,
what? Make a little panel thing?
yeah, undock one of the.
Oh, like the tabs. Yeah, that could be the way to do it. I don't even know where the tabs are in this software.
You don't have tabs in this software, okay?
It like they're open, but I don't know where. Like, where's my other thing gone now? But if I close this, oh, hang on. There, I think. Okay, there we go. We're making progress. Oh, now I've lost it. You can't. Okay, so they all have to. This is a mess. Okay, so we're just gonna have to do it in a different way. Yeah, we'll probably learn how to use different software next time. I don't need this tool thing up here.
I guess it's a better approach to just paste it in your file as a separate layer.
Next to it, that's probably going to be easier. I agree with you. But let's just go with this for now. We got that. Work with this now. Right, fine. Hang on, what's going on here? Animal Crossing. There's a tiny fly in my kitchen. I don't know if you're going to get the fly to give consent. They tend to just buzz everything. You just got to vibrate your wings together and your legs together. Isn't that what crickets do or something? Okay, so for me, we have something with a rather large head. Oh my gosh, why is this so big now? Why am I using a paintbrush all of a sudden? Am I in a new file? No, I'm not. This is so confusing. Is it 'cause I opened a new file, so it's changed my pen? That's great. Let's go back into pencils. Fine. Of a pencil we went. All right, there we go. Probably, can we make it a bit thicker? Too much thicker. Yeah, I've not really used this tablet or this software before, so that's excuse the how we're doing this. But okay, so we kind of want something with a larger head than body, right? So we're just gonna roughly sketch out the kind of proportions, at least to begin with. So we kind of have a torso. It's around that big, and we have these little limbs, which are probably a bit less tall than that. Now the arms are weird. They're hard to kind of, because they're quite long in the character. They're kind of like this in my one. I think that gives you scope to do animation, at least, if they were that sort of size. So if we did a chunk like that and a chunk like, you'd need to be a bit, the ratio might be a bit wrong there. But that sort of ratio is kind of what we've got. So, a bit of a thick old head. We got a body. I don't. Do we need a neck? A neck would. Don't know. If we had a neck, it would just, I guess, be in it. I think a neck would be beneficial, actually. Beneficial. It might make the seams look less messy around if you're rotating the head. Noodle arms are easier to weight paint. Noodle arms, rather, in which do you mean really thin arms there?
Like.
Yeah, feathers. I agree. Sorry.
They don't have to be thin, but at least like jelly-like, wiggle.
Like the things that are outside of the petrol stations. Those with the air going inside of them, wiggling the arms all around.
Bonner said noodle arms. Noodly arms, not noodle arms. But...
Yeah. So these would probably just break into 2 blocks, I guess, equal part for the legs. One for thigh, one for like shin and foot. I don't know whether you'd need a separate foot one. I think this would just be based on the texturing that give them feet. It does feel like that's a bit too long though, the legs for the character. But to be honest, I think the ratio looks quite good. If we're not directly trying to recreate the 2D one. Like the whole body ratio, I'm quite happy with it. We went for something around that. Like we could do a robot. I mean, that would make it easier to have like blockiness to it. But robots are lame.
We can go for a mech then.
Okay, what he said itself wasn't that funny, but given the history of the word mech in me and Brainoid's life, it was funny. I'm going to be quiet before I say something silly. So arms I struggle with, because what I find hard with arms, right, is that they tend to like intersect with the body more. Legs, they just kind of come straight down. I don't know whether... Oh, I need to actually think about this. Would a part of this be like where the trousers sit? Like the waist? Because otherwise you've got to... If we're going to do a texture of like a belt, say, the belt would go up there rather than like on the legs. I've got to make sure I'm happy with the proportion there. Whether we want to split this into 2 blocks might be an idea. One for like, this is your pants. This is where the nice blue pants would go. Robots are lame. Guess who's going to get destroyed when our new overlords take over Europe? Well, we're not part of Europe now. Don't you worry. I'm only kidding. We're still part of the European continent. We're still in the European region, just not the friendship group. Yes, indeed, Apollyon, indeed.
Okay, I have your character designed.
Oh wow! Can I make that even bigger on the screen? That is beautiful. I do like the idea of having like a big triangular kind of torso to chest, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I've seen that in a few art styles, and I think it's quite cool. And what I think going to be cool is like me and Brain doing different things as well. We haven't even properly left yet. No. We're still kind of deliberating. We'll just blame coronavirus for a while. So yeah, I would like to think about how to do these arms. Whether they... I'm trying to think like how they would pivot. I guess this is why we T-pose, right? But if you T-pose it and just say that it went out like this. When you put these arms down, this is going to intersect with the body. Is that just okay? We just accept that?
Depends. Like it would, if you have some loop cuts there, you can stretch the body, not stretch, so move the body vertices in. So
right. I'm trying to wonder, like, do we do a shoulder, like bit?
You can have something like this.
Connect the arm to it. Let me get your screen bigger. Sorry, I minimized by accident. Okay, I can see now.
Then extend that. Yep.
I think that might be a nicer way, because when they're straight down, you might still clip a bit, but it just gives you that bit more. T-pose or an A-pose? An A-pose is the, I'm guessing, Spacey, by A-pose you mean like like that. Hairy armpits this character has.
A works too. T or A, I'm okay with.
Still moaning about James. Usually that's when we have when we have shoulders, or if you go full noodle, then you just bend it. Noodle. Hey, Watery Tart, how good to see you, fella. It's always a pleasure to see you, Chris. And if you stay around long enough, we'll work on doing a nice Scottish accent for you. The thing is, though, if we do it pointing down, say you want to do like a victory pose, say the arm is coming up here and then they're like fist pumping up, say something like that, yay, then how does that shoulder then work? Because it's pointing like that. So that needs to be something that can pivot as well, it feels. Okay, thank you, Apollyon. That's good to know. I think we're probably going to be using Mixamo and making our own within Blender. So I'd imagine that T-pose will suit for both of those. Nice pants, Brainoid. I like that. With those. Blended. So chat, how do we feel? Would we potentially have a semicircle thing here that pivots on this point? We're just kind of blocking it out, and we can give it a bit more like visual design in a bit, but would we just do a block like that? So then that can, or maybe it pivots on this point here. You would go with triangles. Let me go back to a point. There we go. Thank you, Spacey, for the update on the milk. Hemp milk is rubbish too. Yeah, I did see, I looked at all your posts, Spacey. It looks like it's going to be a feast today.
Okay, this is perfect. I think we should go for this model.
Well, we are, look how gorgeous I am. Did someone say bulging pants in chat earlier? I swear I saw the word bulging. But I am seeing. I would go with triangle. Oh, you were trolling. This is me. We're not on the texturing stage yet, Spacey. La 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 la. Benjo said bulging. Oh yeah, nice bulge, Brainoid. I like that. See, he did say. I knew someone said it. It wasn't just my mind. So yeah, what I'm doing here then, instead of just designing what I want my character to look like first, I guess I'm trying to block out how it would piece together and then build on that. I don't know whether that's a why. It's probably best to do it the other way, but yeah, the one thing I'm struggling with is arms. I know like roughly what we'd want. Be that sort of size. It kind of goes out past the head a little bit. I guess they're thinner than the legs, but the same sort of length, looks like to me. As again, my main concern is how they would connect with the body, and whether or not we need to design, like, split this up so one of them is a static shoulder bit.
I'm sorry.
No problem. I can see the lines. I'm guessing that's proportion rather than he's moving very fast. Ah! References are for nerds. Go on, say it, Spacey. Size of a body is usually the length of 7.5 heads in drawing, or in this case 4 heads get the height correct, and volumetric shapes. One step at a time. Well, this would be if you wanted to do like a to ratio. Like my characters have never been to ratio. So to answer your question, Watery Tart, what we're trying to do is having a bit of we're doing monthly challenges, and this is the first one. First day today we're starting it as well. And this challenge is going from concept to creation of making a character, modeling it, UV, texture, rigging, animation, importing, hooking it up in a game engine. Everyone's invited to play along. You don't have to do all of it. You don't have to. There's no competition. It's just at the end of it, if people want to link what they've made or do a little showcase GIF or short video or something like that, I'll retweet or post everything that anyone else does as part of it happily. But yeah. In terms of units here, I've pretty much split mine into thirds, I think, or the thing is the heads are a bit different on the other one. So if we had bigger hair or a hat or like a crown, like our characters will have, the kings, then it would take it a bit bigger. I feel if I'm trying to AHA style, I need to get the head a little bit fatter, a little bit taller like that. And we're looking at about, it's not quite 50-50. Maybe we'll do like a 40-60 ratio. Yeah, so if we do that around 40% and then this around 60%, I think. So I might try and take this and then clean up this other side actually. So I'm very new at the tablet and the software for anyone new who's joined, so do excuse the time it takes to actually achieve things. Okay, sweet. I guess we can, yeah, is there like a line tool in this? I think there is, isn't it? Can you hold shift? Yes, excellent. So we should maybe do this in a different color. So let's swap these and we'll use a blue, I think I like blueprinty color. I didn't draw in that color. It's a shame. Okay, so that is the top of the head. We should probably do this on a different layer as well. Layers, new layer. Do that line across like that. Bottom of the head there. Also, the waistline is here. The crotch here, and I guess we like a knees and feet sort of point there. I guess the arms start here might be useful to. And before we do any more, we should probably look at getting some facial features on. Did you finish it? We've got a playable version of Funnel Runner. We did not finish it, but it's it works. We probably will. I'd like us to carry on with it a little bit. I don't know how it will fit in what we're doing at the moment. But Funnel Runner was a project that Brainode suggested we did as a warm up to get ready to do a game jam. So it wasn't like we wanted to do it and finish and release it or anything like that. But at the same time, it's not. We haven't said that we're going to stop working on it either. So I'm not too sure what's going on. Yeah, so can I change the visibility of this layer now if I wanted to try and actually draw a character over it? Use the mouse. Is this what this is? Yes, it is. Great. We do that. And draw over the top of it. I think we'll do this one a little less. Okay, sweet. So we make a new layer. By the way, we're probably looking no more than another 20 minutes or so doing this stuff before we start taking it into Blender. Where's the opacity of this? 50 or so. Is that says for pressure sensitivity? Anyway, so this is our actual character layer. So I don't know if we want it super blocky. How can we... I don't know how we take this head shape and make it less. I want to keep that kind of blocky nature of it, but I don't want it to be like a box with hard corners. So, oh man, I'm realizing right now that I'm not very good at straight lines. I think I've got to rotate the thing a little bit. If we probably look, oh gosh, it's taken a while to get used to this tablet. Well, not the tablet, they're just...
It is hard.
Yeah. I'm wondering with the head, how do we kind of shape that we want? I'm trying to work, like maybe we want more of a curve on the bottom and then a bit more of a sudden turn in on the top. That might work. I feel having a lighter pencil is probably nicer at the top. Allow you to kind of build up a bit more. It was low. I don't think we want it like much in like that. The annoying thing is this looks like a pop figure. Oh, and I hate those things. I don't know how changing the shape of like this bit works. It could work, but you lose the style. You know what? You hate those figures, Ben? You saying? Or... Okay, let's eraser. What now? Rubber. Okay, I'm to guess what the shortcut for these are. Eraser. I tried E and it doesn't work. Mikey, what's the shortcut for this? You hover over it. It doesn't tell you the shortcut. This software is not my. I'm not thinking it's great at the moment. That's for sure. Yeah, so I think we may end up having to just go back to a slight curve up like that, I think. And then the top, I don't know, could we actually give it a roundness? I don't know how it would look. I think it would lose a bit of the original character shape, but at least it deviates a bit away from the vinyl pop figure look that we've kind of accidentally got. Chat, what do we reckon? Do we think flat head or rounded head? Oh, flat head would be more like that. And we get rid of that top bit. The Funko Pop is so ugly. I don't understand the Funko Pop. They're all basically, yeah. They're all the same. They can make one for literally every character, but yeah, I wouldn't want to sing a single one of them. Flat with slightly rounded corner. Okay. Anyone else got an opinion? Yeah, I'm down with the flat. The flat is more in design. I was just concerned of it looking like a Funko thing, but I think how we do the eyes and the face and that should have a factor on whether it looks too similar to that anyway. We've done the head a bit taller than the initial like background sketch. That was intentional. And then it looks a bit like a TV if you do it. I think we'll have to try and make the bottom a little slightly different shaped, I think. Kind of like I've done this other side up here. So I think it starts coming in a bit earlier. Okay. Yeah, more like we'd soften the edges a bit. I don't like these pointy corners, but... Okay, so if we're doing that, I think what made our characters interesting before, right, is we basically had the split up of the face was pretty interesting. How many pixels do we have on the head? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have hair. I can't remember where the top of the head goes. Hold on, I might have some better references. Was the character adventure sprite sheet? This is the head shape. Maybe we should be looking at the bald person as a reference. They let us paste in. Can we change the size of this or no? I'll tell you what, why don't we paste it in on this one? Don't know how you like resizing stuff in this. Not crop, it's... Why can't you just resize easily? No. This is very frustrating. We paste his new image instead, and then we'll whack this over here. That works. Can this help for reference? Oh, there's a little layout. That's interesting. Yeah, the proportions are quite similar for that, actually, isn't it? Thank you, dude. I'll whack that on my tab on my other screen. It might come in handy. I probably don't want them as round. I'm probably going to look for more of a chunky look because my game was quite pixely before. But I'm realizing now that the shape of the characters, they do actually have more of a rounded head. They have it flat, but it's a bit more rounded up here. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Can I draw? Why can't I draw? It's a hidden canvas. Wrong layer. Why? Having the best time with this software. So having it flat, but having it just come up a bit. So I guess that's what the roundedness does, doesn't it? But it might just be a case of trying to get it to come in a little more. What I'm trying to do is take away too many decisions from myself at this point because the character design doesn't really matter. But if I can base it on characters I've done before. So they've actually got quite a large head and they've got actually very pointy bottoms of heads. But that's why, before we do any detail, that's why I'm trying to get this right now. So sorry for going back on myself a little bit here. They're pretty solid at the bottom and then a bit rounded at the top. It's kind of like a toaster. But it's almost a little taller than that as well, I would say, the head. So I'm wondering whether or not we... Can you select and like cut bits? Do that. No. I don't know how this works. Could I do that? Cut, paste, move it up a little bit. There you go. I think that's a bit more the size of the head that they had. Okay, cool. Let's try and go with that. Kind of the same shape, right? Is there any software you have a consistently good time with? Nope. Notepad is alright. Visual Studio is not too bad. Yeah, Benjo, it's a collectible though, man. It doesn't matter what it is. Once you start, you're kind of locked in. So I'm trying to count the pixels we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the halfway down is where we're going to start this face. Let's get nice thin lines now. And so halfway is about here. Oh, I should probably do. See, I chose a colour, I thought. Yet, I was choosing my secondary colour? Don't get this off with. So I'm guessing that's about halfway. And so the middle of our face would be here. Oh, that's cool. Maybe a little. Cool. Google Docs. Thank you, Apollyon. I absolutely adore Google Docs. So my characters. Oh, we then need to split this in 3. Sorry, people. So roughly speaking, we're looking at 1, 2. That's probably a bit generous. Yeah, again, that's generous. I'm trying to split the face up like into that ratios there. And we want all of the face details in the bottom half of the face. That's kind of the style that we had before. And that also means you can have like nice, wonderful like Santa hats that sit nicely on the head rather than all the hats being like up here. Remember to overthink it. Look, you know that's my personality. I can't always help these things. So eyes would be roughly, oh gosh. Can we zoom in? Help me right now. And then grab, move, pen, brush, whatever it's called. There we go. Okay, so the eyes kind of fit into this section here. I'm just watching Brainoid as well. Oh yeah, my characters didn't have mouths. That's another thing. The nose kind of was, I guess, on the same level as well. Like we can vary the position.
I added a t-shirt for the sake of the stream.
Oh yeah, for terms of service. Thank you, Brainoid.
Because like we increased the resolution here, so the details.
A very fair point. So eyebrows would probably come across something like this. If they have the eyebrows or not. It looks a bit evil at this point. Don't worry about that. Okay, and then that gives us this whole region to do what we want on. So if it had a crown, it would sit on here. Okay. Are you mouse drawing or do you have tablet as well, Brad?
I have tablet. It doesn't look like I'm mouse drawing.
Well, no, it looked good for mouse drawing. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioned earlier that you were looking to buy a tablet, so I wasn't really sure whether you'd you have one and you want to get a better one.
Yeah, I don't have a monitor one, a display, pen display. I need a pen display.
Okay. So that would be the general kind of portions of them that way. Neck kind of is a bit long. We're going to use these pixels as our kind of units, I guess. Now, as for body...
Come on.
I guess we kind of want to do naked. I'm thinking like slightly podgy could be cute. You know, give little... Look at this. Nipples on Twitch, people. Get the terms of service in. Watch out.
Come on.
Oh, people are saying, why don't you use the fill tool?
I just did.
Yeah.
I like drawing. It's just calming. But got bored and filled it.
Now, this now looks like a smiley face, by the way. It's not meant to be a smiley face. If you remember, we were trying to say by here would be like where the trousers start. So, it's quite difficult to kind of portray that. I guess like that if we wanted to make him a little bit round. If this is the pants, then I guess they would just be... I shouldn't do lines straight down like that if they're going to have legs as well.
What color is your t-shirt?
Skin coloured. No, I'm trying to think what colour would suit the AHA vibe. I mean, the chat, what colour? You're hoping Fatma's not judging you now for your illustrations.
Yeah, she's surprised to see. Yeah. She's just thankful that this is not totally naked.
Yes.
Okay, neon green. Wow.
Wow, who said that? Lucky feathers. Day glow pink. Oh no, how did I move it? Then. Yes, I think having the arms thinner at the start is nice actually, and then just kind of clumping it out for the hand that we did on the other one. I think that's not a bad way to do it. So if he was wearing pants as well, I guess we don't want detail, so we're kind of looking at just rounding it into. And the legs are a little long, so maybe this is where we need to look at the ratios here and realise. Mind you, boxing shorts are a bad example of that. Let me just look at one of my other characters. Like the man in pants is a great example. Oh no, how did I do all of the legs on all of the others? So belts would go that little bit higher. Yeah, so you kind of have 2 pixels for the legs and a belt. So this one is a little bit different. It's 1 higher, so we should keep that in mind. If we're basing it kind of roughly. Oh yeah, I think the black t-shirt works. Yeah. I think maybe it should have a gold elephant on it, but that's fine. Unnecessary detail. Okay, so by here we've done one for that, and then the belt goes across this chunk here. I think we've actually got the ratios quite good, actually, looking at this. The only thing I'd argue is maybe we have this bit up here a little bit, starting a little sooner. Up there. If they were wearing shorts, it would go here. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm okay with that. Get the eraser here. Okay, so I guess I would also need a cape, right? Would it be a flowing, or would it be rags? Torn cloth. Seems very soft all of a sudden. This pencil. And I press undo and it doesn't undo. What is going on? Not that I'm complaining about the software, Hefu. That's not my style. Maybe we'll just do a bit lighter. Oh, actually, I like the way when I copied Brainoid's style. Actually,
I like the way you move.
In a way where it's out more, then it'll flow down. And like that. Sounds good to me. Look at the logo you've done, I've just noticed. Here's another reference. Oh, is that when he did I forgot. Let's look at Windy Beard doing down references. Well done. This is great. It's been a while. Thank you for finding that, Hef. Look at the old Geo.
Pin thin legs. There he is.
This was me selling watches.
Honest Dan.
Oh, I love Windy.
There he goes, look. Oi, oi. Look at that hair.
Oh, yeah, the tomatoes. You are right.
Such glory. Skip leg day, clearly, yeah. He's working on his hair.
Okay, I need to get working on a sideways one as well. Also, I guess if this was our actual character, we'd probably start doing a bit of detail as well. So if I had hair and stuff, and instead of just doing this basic like eye and nose, that we'll start drawing them in a bit better. So we would need our brown flowing hair. Maybe we'll go quite pastely if we can, I guess. I forgot that how this was. I guess for this we can thicken up the tools a bit, can't we? Oh, maybe not that thick. It just looks a bit weird, actually.
No. Of course.
Sort of magical flow of box that we've got. What's the colour that we're currently on? Why does this show the secondary colour every time? I don't understand. I click this to switch and then I can change this, but then I'm drawing in the black. There must be an option I've done up here to say primary or secondary. What colours? No, what's the point of it being the secondary colour? Yeah, never mind. We're going to get back thinner lines now. I feel it's just blurry mess otherwise.
Okay, this is game ready.
Yeah. I like that we've got different styles as well, though, because that'll be interesting for people to see how we actually go about it as well. Okay, can we just use this color as a flesh color? I guess we could we like just paint it in here? Oh, it's a bit dark actually. Still very dark. Why is it so? Oh, it's because I'm the bloody brown colour, because the colour picker that I was moaning about a sec ago. I really should have done the colouring in first before doing any features, shouldn't I? We've got the features underneath it. I have to roughly fill these so we can redo the fringe. Nice. Cells are nice. Body colour. These chunky legs. We didn't skip the leg day. Okay, switch this. Finer, please. Chunk, indeed. Go. Why is there a tongue out? What happened?
You are licking your cooking tools.
Oh, look at the different expressions, the many faces. Okay. So in my one, I also have a beard. So let's just give myself a slightly lighter shade, because I don't have a strong beard. I'm starting to feel this should just live over here because we have to press both every time. Okay, so if we have a beard as well, this is straight on. We need to remember, not sideways. So. And the difficult thing is we seem to go over. Oh, I think the way I achieved this actually was that beards can go off. Yeah, that's what I did in the game, that beards can go down and take up a pixel underneath. That way you still have room for like a moustache. So the beard would kind of look like a bit. No!
I like how you struggle.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
I love the way you struggle.
Oh yeah! We'd have that sort of beard going down. Okay, so we don't have eyebrows is something I'm realizing on this character.
You don't need it.
I don't know whether we would need it. The eyes are going to be quite interesting because we're going to have to keep the style consistent with the eyes between them. So we just had square eyes because we were doing pixely art before, right? How can we keep... Like if we do them just round, I think they just look too beady. I'm not too sure how we can achieve it, and also what to do with the nose.
Oh, I just
Level
realized
design.
they have a file browser, proper file browser in Blender.
I know. It's upgrading very slowly but surely.
Yay!
Oh, look how happy and cute you could look. If we did maybe the expressions don't need to be on. Because we did talk about maybe doing the different painting the faces on. Maybe I don't need to worry too much about that detail right now. So I just yeah, I'll just roughly draw what a character could look like. Oh my gosh, please do roughly the same shape, Dan. That'll do for now. In terms of nose, yeah, I don't know how we're going to achieve the nose. Now let's choose this color and just a bit more orange. Nope. That's the beard color. We could just give everyone little button noses. But now I don't have much more artistic design than that on the nose, so we'll stick with that. It does look like I'm embracing the wind blowing in my hair very gleefully at the moment, so I'm happy with that. Okay, let's get ourselves some nice blue pants quickly, shall we?
Look at this. It's looking the wrong way. Okay, let's fix that. Minus 90.
Okay, so I would like to draw the pants. I feel using pencil for the colouring in and that was probably a bad call, but... Now, it's too blue. I think this is more of the kind of... as I said, I want kind of pastel light, happy colours. Happy. This sort of colour, I think would probably look better. That's sweet. And a nice little cape as well. Again, a pastel red. Red, I think, would be fine. Every time. Oh gosh. Oh, my thumb is hurting as well. The freshly blown, yeah, it's meant to be nice and fluffy. That was the aim. Look how, like, oh, that's why. I'm not sure how fill works on this mode. So, like Brainoid, I too am going to just colour in.
But I used fill.
Shh. We all saw you hand painting. We all saw it.
I just meditated for 5 minutes, then I went in fill mode.
Do what you want, Brain. Don't let them tell you any differently.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Monthly Gamedev, how's it going, man? Sweet. Okay. So for now, that's about all right. I think we could probably do with a tiny bit more hair because he looks like he's balding more than I intended. Let's take this color quickly and just give a bit more coverage. Yeah, that works. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Drawing a lot and then you miss a spot and you're doing the whole... Yeah, I know. Yeah, if you're holding down the whole time. This is like the first drawing I've done using a tablet. So, yeah, it's interesting. Interesting experience. I'm not taking it too serious, but as always, I like to give detail to things I try and look into. Okay. So roughly, if that's what we're... Oh, my thumb needs a bit of a break. First off, let's save this, shall we? Before we lose So this will be character. Oh, we've already. Cool. Now we need to do the side profile. Hey, Javasaurus, nice to see you. What's everyone else up to? I can see James was saying that he's been doing a lot of level design work. Is that for the Scoop? Oh, what's his name? What's James's game called? Brain, do you remember? Scoop
Kaboom.
Something Kaboom. Scoop Kaboom. There we go. You got it. Awesome. Oh. Okay, so now we pretty much need to sketch out what we want the other one to look like now, right? We go to this layer and we need to do it from the side. Let's grab, move this. Let's try and just zoom in, just get both on screen. It's about all right. Okay, so I think what we'll do, we'll keep these things on because they ended up giving a better ratio. Yeah, I think that we'll do that and we'll just try and draw on top. Switch to this. I think we were using a size 10 pencil at the time. So from the side, this is something we've never had to look at in Java, not Java, sorry, looking at chat, in Honest Adventure, is how big is their head sideways? So we've already established their head is kind of this shape now. I think I want this a little less, kind of sketching this out at the moment. I reckon the back of the head being rounder than the front because we want this front quite flat, I'm imagining. I don't know whether we would keep a bit of a side profile like that where we'd bring it in just to make it look a bit more like you get a facing direction from it. And then let's try this to begin with. The neck would be here, but again, we've made it, look how wide the neck is on the side versus the front. It has to be roughly the same or less. I don't think you can have a let's take a bit of balancing, I think. So the T-posing arms would kind of come out in this section here, I'm guessing. And the belly, we wanted just a little bit of a podge on them. Shape's kind of good. And then we have this kind of goes around to the butt then, like that. None of that sort of shape is okay. And then our legs, I guess they'd just be central, wouldn't they? I don't quite like those legs. I think the front bit is a bit too... Just try doing them a bit more straight, I think. They're meant to be chunkier than the arms. That's something we decided earlier, but... Do that. I don't know what I'm doing when I keep moving everything like that, but... Now, if this is a foot as well, though, we'd need to straighten that up and have it a bit more. And we'd have the cape flowing off like that. Well, that's probably okay. We could maybe give them a bit more. No, I don't want them to look. I'm not going to stream the LD results because I think it's 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning on a Thursday, on a work night. Now, at the moment, the main thing looking at this very quickly is the neck. Feels a bit thick. We try and think of this as shoulders coming around. Now, how much more we can get away with bringing this in. And yeah, I'm not looking for any particular style other than like trying to copy, like, stick to the rough ratios that I have in my AHA characters. Yeah, I just feel like the shape of the legs, I don't know if we need a wider thigh. I think having them like just straight would probably be fine. We might try and do that as well. More straight. Worrying about feeding yourself and your internet points, indeed. I still need to go and review a bunch of games as well. Well, no, LD's just passed. The other one, yeah, so the results come out quite a bit afterwards, Beer Hunter. Well, do you know when it is? Yeah, the voting still goes on. It's Braino's gonna have a little peep for us now. 2 days. Oh, crikey. Better go and review some games. Alright, we're going to go with that as the side profile for now. So then if we go to here, what was this? This was the harder outlining then, right? I wanted like a bit of a jelly bean. Fine with me. Yeah, we'll go with it for now. Okay, sweet. And then we just kind of coloured things in quite a bit then, so let's get some of the colours from this. Picking this up. I love new kids game devs design. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Ludo is a great thing to do. And welcome to the world of game dev if you're new to it, dude. I'm very glad that I started a bit late into my venture into game dev, but I'm very glad that I did. Especially finding it the way I did. Like, I'm very different to a lot of the people who I know through work. We have university graduates who did game dev at uni, or we have just like good developers who've worked on game dev for a while and built their way up into good roles and that. But me, I'm kind of a lot newer to everything without a academic background in it as such. But yeah, I think it's, no matter how you get into it, I think it's definitely something really worthwhile. It's not, if you're looking to make loads of money, it's not a great industry for that. But it's a massive industry. Some people make lots of money. And if you work as a developer for long enough, you tend to get decent money as well. But I mean, if you're purely after money, you'd probably have more joy getting a more boring or a less interesting product developer job. So the cape we haven't drawn yet. The cape just attached to his back rather than go around his neck. I feel like should it be tied around his neck? No, it's not. It's just attached. Don't ask. Don't want it. Can't be bothered. Too much detail for this, and I'm not going to make it look much better anyway. guess it would cover a bit of the actual back as well. It's flowing this way. Eek. Okay. Over the shoulder. And now we need to do just a bit of detail. And this is the tough bits. How do you do, where does the face, what do you see from the side? I really don't know how to do this bit in contrast. Eek. I don't know how true that is, Javasaurus, from my experience. Being great in C++ but never done Unreal doesn't always make you the best game developer. So the hair I can imagine more to do. We like the ratios, if we remember, is we kind of, let's go back to our size and let's get back to the color that we want. So we kind of have half of the head. All of the face goes below here, so this would be there, the nose would be there, the beard would kind of be around here. But I don't know how we're going to show the side of the face because the face isn't curved. That's my point here. So I feel maybe we might need to like curve the face a bit so you get a bit of the expression. You can see it from different angles rather than straight on. Look, leave his forehead alone, alright? Blame it on my drawing, not his roots. Okay, so maybe let's start with the hair. That was something that's a little more just messy. Well, the hair has quite a lot of room to cover. Let's cover all this so Spacey stops judging his head as well. Oh boy. Let's give this judgment, did he? Given it. Oh, that is why. I think I'd clicked on the color like that. And that changes what the color wheel's looking at. We finally figured out why that was happening. Oh. Roughly look like the same. But a bit too much fringe, I'd argue. Sorry, let me catch up on chat as well. Nothing, just a bent plane from the side. Are you on about with the... Do we have like a... Are you thinking that we have the middle of the face slightly pointing out, Ben, so you can see the details on the face? Or are you... I know you were kind of joking with your comment. I'm just interested in hearing what you think. I'm just doing it for the hobby. I enjoy coding and have picked up the basics of other languages in the last 10 to 12 years. I'm really never doing anything with them due to lack of creativity. What to do the language, I end up forgetting more than learned. Aimed at something simple like moving a box around can become a game and it feels easier to develop. To delve deeper was not being stuck on it. Yeah, you can get a bit of a feedback. You know, you can do something, play with it, build on it, play with it, rather than wait for the whole kind of process to finish. expect to see hair blowing in the breeze. It's not. No, I don't know how this. This is probably just going to be clunky chunks of hair. English Griffin, thank you very much for the subscription.
Me.
Look, you will be noticed. I'm going from chat from top to bottom. Will there be variations at some time? What variations of the characters in that? Yeah, well, that's something I was talking about earlier. I'd be interested in knowing how you model where you can add like clothes and different things on. We probably won't add this cape on into the model that we're making. This is just concept, right?
Maybe we can add it in the engine as a cloth material.
Yes, yeah, indeed. More like 5 head, because I'm not a 4 head. You be quiet. Bob Ross answering. Chesh. Hello, Elisha. Good day to you. Dan's making his custom animal. No. I mean the exact same thing you meant. Have a bend of the plane in the face so you can see the 2D expression from the side. Yeah, great. You're learning this for the first time in the way you're asking questions. Yeah, I'm learning character design and all that. I'm a game developer, so I have a job in a studio that works on games that focus on Unreal Engine and C++. I'm an engineer, so I do coding. I don't often do this whole cycle. I don't often do animations and all of that. So we're currently, this month, we're focusing on making a character from scratch, turning it into a model, texturing it, rigging it, taking it into Engine and doing something with it. That the character and change parts individually. But sometimes they seem like layered on top of it, Polly. So say like you... I don't know, maybe I'm wrong though, actually. Like if you had a t-shirt, it would still have the base arms underneath it. That makes sense? But yeah, definitely need a bit more hair on the back of the head. That baldness there looks troubling. I'm going to go back to giving a bit of hair there. I don't. Do these characters need ears? I'm guessing they don't, but a lack of something on the side of their head becomes a little bit weird in the end, doesn't it? I think by there is like a reasonable place for it, but I'm not too sure whether we would actually include them. Yeah. Because that means you'd probably have ears poking out there, but okay, so if we were to do a little quick nose on this, just so we can have an idea of roughly where the nose would be on the face. We have the eyes, which are kind of the same line, right? By there, and then with the beard, of course the beard. This gives us, at least ear position helps us think where would the beard need to be. I think the way we did it is the beard can kind of come off below the neck. And we agreed that it would also go around and under nose like this. And what? Let's just this out a little bit. Oh, I was meant to talk Welsh as well.
You got a Rani BBLE in Welsh.
Yeah, give me a moment, sorry. Mubble. If I'm missing it, every second he spends not speaking Welsh. Oh, well, that, and so it's great. Dwi'n ymddiheuro, croeso pa mor ci, falch iawn I weld chi heddi hefyd. Rydyn ni yn creu cymeriad ar gyfer gêm. Ni'n basically ar y cymeriadau fi wedi creu o blaen ar gyfer Honest Adventure. So dyna'r fath o beth dyn ni am ceisio wneud. Yn y cyfamser, ni'n just gweithio ar creu concept cyflym. Fi'n dweud cyflym, mae wedi cymryd bron awr erbyn hyn. Ond concept cyflym I mwyn defnyddio wrth I ni creu y model mewn Blender. Dyna'r camau nesaf sydd gyda ni. So fi ddim siŵr os dylsyn ni newid siap y pen o gwbl. Sa'n siŵr os mae werth I ni wneud hynny. Os mae'n werth Fi ddim yn siŵr sut mae newid y pen yma yn fynd I bod yn well. Sa'n siŵr. Ar hyn o bryd mae da fi rhyw paranoia oherwydd mae Spacey ac yn wedi wneud sylwadau cas ar siap y pen. So mi fynd I ceisio weld os mae'n modd well I ni dod â'r pen mewn. Falle. Rhywbeth mwy fel yna. Sa'n siŵr yn bendant ddo os mae hwn yn mynd I weithio. Falle, ond os dyn ni'n fynd a troi hyn ymlaen wedyn. Ie, falle mae hwn yn well. O'n i'n trio rhywbeth fel yna anyway. Bydd hwn yn fine. Bydd hwn yn fine. Need to buy turnips. Oh, it is Sunday. I think my turnips were 94 when I went on my morning stroll with Animal Crossing this morning. 94 and I bought as many as I could. You did spend time doing your comments. Good. I forgot that the results are out in like 2 days. I think we haven't really had that many people play the game either because of the we haven't gone and some of the team have gone and left reviews, which has been appreciated, but we haven't been as active as we normally are. Yeah, 2 days. We were surprised as well.
Yeah, and a game being 250 megabytes didn't help either, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I've actually got the head quite blocky. Another thing is, I don't think I've done it very symmetrical, this model for reference, but it's okay. Okay, so we've got our little character. Does anyone have feedback on how we can do on the... We're looking at using, like, Animal Crossing does, like, textures on the face, probably on my one. So I don't want to, like, give nose detail as such or anything like that. I'm trying to keep it as blank as we can. Hey, Alex, long time, man. Well, I've seen you on the Discord recently, but long time since in chat. Nice to see you.
You don't have to worry about the textures right now.
Okay. Okie dokie. So I think we have done stage 1. Let's save. Hide these for now. I think I actually need to redo some of the lines. Right, so character design. This is the bit that we have been trying to focus on right now. The bits we haven't really talked about is like what sort of things that they're going to be doing. I think we'll just do a little bit of that before we move on to the modelling. It's not going to take long. I just want to make some, like a mood board almost, if you will.
What are they doing?
Say what it looks like. Okay. So, these lines I wanted to work well. I don't think they're quite accurate. Yeah, so we're going to make some... Was this the one? Yeah, can we just delete this? I don't know how you do it with the pens. There. Okay, so let's make a new layer. Let's just do new document altogether. I think I did. Well done, Dan. Okay, layers, new layer. This is what I was going to do. My bad. Okay, and then we're just going to try and get these proportions. This will help us in Blender, so that's why I want to do this before we start. So let's grab ourselves a pencil quickly. Oh, yeah, yes, you can do. I have a pencil in here. No, it's forgotten. Great. Thank you. I think we were using cover pencil. Let's do it blue like this. Yeah. Okay, so the head, top of the head is around here. No, it's actually a bit lower. There's a lot of hair. Okay, so we've got our headline there. I think I'm going to try and do like eyeliner. Ooh, I'm realizing these aren't lining up. Look at this. Look. This is why. The eyes and the nose go in this slot here. We need to change our side profile quickly, I think. And we had the mouth bottom here. And then we have our neck. A bit high. Realistically, they should be equal proportion. So there's a bit off the... Hang on. Rodney's leaving your island, Spacey. Uh-oh. Who is going? Sorry, who's coming instead? Or did he just leave by his own accord? Ah. Elisha, that's what you need to do to kid. I like the hamster. He looks quite cute. I might go and get him, Spacey. And make sure that he comes to visit you. Yeah, the butt is a bit too low in this one as well. I really should have worked on these lines more. A bit annoyed at myself for that.
I had the same issue, but I didn't mind that much.
I'm just gonna, maybe we'll just chop and change it a little bit. It might not look like a decent concept, but we just select areas and move them down. No, not the whole thing. Where's the selection? Can I make it? No. Why does it keep doing that? Let me do a... Oh. Okay, selection. Here we go. Can we just move this bit? No? Hold control to move it, so it'd need to go to like there. I think if we move the other bits down first, this beard bit would need to go down. For this line, this would need to go down between these. And as a result, I think the ear one is a bit big, but it would need to come down to like here as well. Right, the head looks massive from the side. It's cute from the front, but it looks weird like a baby. I don't like how like childlike it looks. Not many of the characters have like big poofy hair like this anyway. Alright, no problem. Thanks for the lurk. Elisha, you have a good day. Enjoy your stream as well. Sorry, I've been a bit slow to see the chat. It's good to you guys are just chatting between each other, which is fine. But I might adopt Rodney. I might go and get him. Just need to trick Spacey into letting me in. Okay, so that's slightly better proportion there. Now the pantaloons, need to move this bit up. Shame. Well, we kind of need to move the bloody bit up as well. Yeah, kind of more like that. Move these legs up then. Okay, it's not too bad, it's not too bad. We can salvage this. Arms kind of fit in. Might be able to move it up just a tiny bit. That's just the circle's a bit big actually, that's not so bad. Okay, I feel the scale is a bit better now. Yeah. So we'll just try and quickly polish off the little bits that were a mess as a result of doing that, and then we are done. So let's get the alt. Let's colour in your forehead. Okay. this. Well, right, and then we'll grab this. Fill that in, and I think we're going to try and make the ear a little bit smaller because it's a bit weird. Actually smaller? Yeah, that was nice and small. It's just a bit. Alright, it'll do for now. Brainoid, look at that. Has everyone seen how great Brainoid's getting along at the moment as well? I'm gonna take a quick break, pop to the toilet, and I'll put your screen up for everyone to rejoice in. Hold on. Look at this beautiful creation. Valentine's Day is in June, Pomo. That's interesting. It's Mother's Day, not in the UK. Yeah, we are special. We have it different days. Oh, you've got a Julian as well, have you, Pomo? Elisha got a bit upset with me when I was like, "Oh, Audi has joined my island." She's like, "But she's my neighbour." I'm like, "Elisha, I can't help it." Really, the immersion. Right, I'll be back in just a sec. I'm just making a cup of green tea quickly, and then I'll be back.
Alright.
She didn't get upset about your Raymond. It's just because she wishes there was more Raymonds. My Raymond collects butterflies and likes flowers. What does your Raymond like doing, Spacey? And 30k Nookmars yesterday to get Julian. So, can you just go island after island? Is it once you've invited one, you won't come across another villager on the Nook Mile things? Or can you invite as many as you want and it's just random whether they're on the island? I'm not sure how the mechanic works.
Do you know where I'm at, Dan?
Are you inside my head? Get out of my head! It looks so beautiful.
Bullet in the air. I made a stupid mistake. I'm trying to fix that.
Ah. Yes, I can see lots of little bits that don't look like they belong. So it says, don't leave the tea in for more than 2 minutes or you lose the taste. So let's be very alert. 2 minutes. Enough. Thank you, BrainBot.
Okay.
So Brainoid's a bit further along. He's pretty much done his model. He's spinning around like a beautiful windmill right now. But we're going to look at trying to get this modeled in a moment. I guess one thing I said that I wanted to try and do was to just jot down some points on what the character needs to be able to do, because this will come into the equation when we start thinking about the rigging the bones and that, and the amount of joints and stuff we're having. So we want a rotating head. I know that's probably going to be possible on anything, but that's one thing. Another thing I'd like is we'd want walk / run animations, I guess. I'd like to be able to do some poses. Oh gosh. Poses, so that'd be things like hands in the air, like cheering and stuff like that. Apparently the bulge is being questioned by Benjo. Would they need to crouch? I think the idea of sitting down would be interesting, and I think that would still be possible. So I'm just going to say like a crouch or a sit. And well, actually, that comes into the equation of like death posing as well, doesn't it? Oh wow, this diagonal writing at the moment is not very favourable for me. Sitting down / lying down. So that's like if you're dead. They should be able to hold items. So this is to do with the flexibility of their arms, I guess. In either hand. Yeah. I don't think if there's anything else from a model point of view that they should be able to do. Yeah, I think that's an important thing. The hands need to be able to extend in front of them enough to be able to swing. But yeah, I think that's okay. Okay, so we'll do that's our lot for now. So we will move on to, let me just save this. Make sure we're happy. Excellent. We'll move on to the blender part of things. So is this the new blender? I don't even remember. Let me just go back and make sure I am the new version. When it opens, does it say they're 2 point whatever? Yes, it's got the funky new drawing thing as well. That's great. Okay, That is select. Middle mouse is move around. Perfect. Oh gosh, it's been more than 2 minutes. What happened to my clock? Benjo bot, you fail. Now I will lose the delicate flavours of the mint green tea. It's ruined. No, it's alright. Oh. Okay. Oh, I realised you guys haven't actually seen my screen for the last chunk. Okay, so what I wrote on my screen was... it needs rotating your head, being able to walk, poses like cheering, sitting down or laying, holding items in either hand. They're the kind of things that I'd kind of want on it. Damn you, Benjo. Okay. Are you doing it as well, Benjo? Excellent. Keep in mind, if anyone wants to come and play along or take part in this month of challenging ourselves to learn how to go from start to finish on making a character, do it. It doesn't have to follow our pattern, but if you need a guideline, that's what we're here for. Checking pictures.
I forgot this bit bold.
Maybe it's a style. Special hair colour.
Okay.
Benjo pictures. Oh wow! I really like your style, Ben. That's a Powerpuff Girl. Let's get this open so other people can see it. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh,
I really like the eyes. It's really cool style, the eyes.
Yeah, spiral eyes.
Yeah, just enough to kind of count as that like brow over the eye. And the shape of this is very the curves are really